Welcome to Tell It Like It Is, an interactive podcast where we talk about other ways to get through life from biblical perspectives, but not from the way you've heard it from the pulpit. Yes, that's right. We tell it like it is.
Boy, that pissed me off, man. Oh, we gotta have a white man tell us our history. But they always say we need to know it.
Well, they won't hear that today. This is Tell It Like It Is, a podcast designed to shed light in the areas we do not like to talk about. Self-discipline and the confidence to put us on our own path. So, yeah. Do you need somebody to tell you your history? No. They don't really need us on this podcast to tell us their history either. The only thing we want to do is tell it like it is so you can go back and start to read your history. Start to understand your history. Start to study it. Become more knowledgeable of it. Therefore, not to make you like, well, I got to do this, but the more you know, the better you are, because the better your foundation is. Don't you agree, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, I agree. Knowledge is power.
We've heard that a lot of times growing up, and I know you growing up when you did, being a pastor and all. What's the knowledge you can share with us about our way to get outside of this cleanliness is next to godliness? Because that's what this whole virus is showing us, that look, we got to do things that we should have been doing. Simple things.
That's it. When you look at TV right now, one of the most popular commercials that they have on that TV is basic essential of how to wash your hands. I mean, simple. Wash your hands. And that's what we got to do right now, to start back with the basics of how to get ourselves geared up to deal with this new way of life, because the life as we used to know it is going to be completely different now.
Yeah,
so we got to get ourselves situated where we can deal with it and adjust to it. And be able to comprehend what's going on around us.
But cleanliness is such a basic thing. Don't you think, false cleanliness? I mean, this is how easy do we forget to do something that we know to do?
It's very easy to because we get into this little thing called routine. And some people have good routines, some people don't. So that's how you once you fall into a routine, you are becoming what we call sleep.
And I know our pastor over here will understand this part, being a former counselor. It takes, they say, 21 days to start a new habit. So if you do something differently for 21 days, then you begin to do something different. But if I continue to not wash, it's not clean, and not do the small things, then they become a large problem like what we have on our hand now.
Mm-hmm. And one thing, just to say as sidebar, to relieve some stress from people is, right now, like you say, everything is all on these commercials about wash your hands. But yet, I've known people years ago use the bathroom and walk slam out.
Oh, how about this? I could ask you this.
None of this virus stuff was going on.
How about you and I both know this, Mr. J, you know, as your jobs have seen, how many times you done walk to the rest stop on the interstate, use the bathroom, and you and the people on the other side beside you all pee to leave.
Got to get where you're going.
Yeah, you ain't had time. You barely had time to stop, but now you stop, but you ain't got time to wash your hand. Mm-hmm. This is something that men do. Ladies, I don't know what you do, but
it might be worse.
Let's hope not. So cleanliness. How do we easily forget this stuff? Give me a scripture where that will bring us back to how we should not so easily forget these things, because it seemed like we forgot something, but now we're paying, but we're already in the middle of this stuff. So how do we get out?
Well, you get out by taking a lot of this free time that's being created to connect back to the creator.
So, go back to the source.
Yeah. That's where you get all your answers from.
But I would think that a lot of the people who might be listening might not know where that source is. So that's the part where the pastor, how do they find the source if they don't know the source? They never been in church, they never studied. And I hate to say that that's the only source you can have, but at least that's foundational. You with me? So I'm not saying it's the only source you can have to build this, but a lot of us need to start at least at ground A.
Yeah.
At least they start there, you know. Whether it's Judaism or Hinduism, have some type of principles to it.
Well, the source, what I was saying is that what I always told my congregation is that everyone is not going to read the Bible. Everyone may not even have a Bible. But the key thing is, when they talk to you, you should become the Bible. And that's how you help with the cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And when you start giving them that godly word will help them to transform. It just like, for example, when you got a child, you take your child and you wash your hands. When that child see you wash your hands, he want to wash his hands.
Yeah, I've seen little kids who want to, when they see mommy wash my hands. So, perfect example.
You take it and don't try to reinvent nothing. It's already there. All we got to do is use the basic fundamentals that we were brought up with, and we won't be battling some of this stuff here we got now. Yeah, they got more filth now than it was when I was coming up with the different
I guess it's so much
drugs and stuff they got going out now.
And they got people creating new stuff and new technology, so things keep changing. So we've gotten to a point where we've pushed the edge so far that now the edge is pushed back, and it's not talking. It's quiet and it's within. So if it's within, the only way you can get it out is to go change what you have within inside of you.
And that's why you become the Bible for them. If you don't have to have that Bible, see, here, man, read this. You can talk to him. Teach him as Jesus would teach. You know, Jesus taught this one thing, really.
What was the one thing he taught?
Love.
Exactly. He said that's the greatest commandment of all.
And that's what we got to learn now. And this crazy virus we got is going to make us remember how to love each other, because this thing here getting to the point where you may have water and I may have toilet tissue. Mm-hmm. And if we don't know how to come together and share and work together and communicate together, communication is key. If we don't learn this, then we're not going to learn how to love each other again. There used to be a time where you didn't have families that were hungry like they are now.
Right. But families are hungry. But the good thing about it is I'm watching a lot of people who are not the government, who are donating foods, and especially for the kids right now. A lot of kids, as a school teacher, I know they're at home, and some of them are not going to be properly nutrited. They're not going to get the proper nutrients.
Right.
So we know in this, you still can't fix the problem. But the problem is the parent is supposed to be number one who's going to do that. Mm-hmm. That goes back to that basic principle about cleanliness is next to godliness. I know the school districts and everybody's doing this with the buses and the technology and schools online now. But parents, what happened to us doing our part? Those are those basic things that during this time that I hope that we just learn to appreciate again. Learn to love our children, like even despite what they go through.
But where do the children learn that?
By connecting back with using this time to reconnect with the fam, because you got so many kids out there right now. Not a lot of the parents know what's going on, because everybody probably either eat in the room or go to the Zaxby's all the time or take out, whatever you want to call it. So that conversation at the table of finding out what kids got going on and how they doing is dying down. So,
but now it has to pick up, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody at home.
Right. So you have
you ain't got no choice.
No, I hate for the show. It's called Tell It Like It Is. So it's like we kind of quote unquote, and me and you too, we're being forced to do what we're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I agree.
So if we're being forced to do it, the thing is, we can either sit back and object it and go against it and hope it don't take over our life, or we can submit and do what we need to do to change, and then therefore live beyond this time now. See, we got to live beyond the coronavirus. If you live for only right now, you'll live in fear. Mm-hmm. And see, that's where you got some dirt on your armor, because that means that's like, oh, you ain't away to your cleanliness. Because if you cleanliness, I am enough.
Yeah.
So, well, my name is Renazance. Sorry about that. We done got so deep in the show.
Yeah, we didn't know to introduce ourselves. I'm Frost.
I'm Jimmy.
Yep, we call him Mr. J, former pastor, police officer, civil officer of the law, taking care of us, and of course, the mathematician out here to my right.
Frost, yes sir. That's good.
The philosophical mathematician, I should say.
Yeah.
but his philosophy is going to be a little bit awkward. So just enjoy it. But I enjoy what we do, because when we tell it like it is, understand the Bible has set us up for these rules. So cleanliness, get back to it. Hit us up with your comments about this first show, and we'll continue to get ready for more. And I tell you what, we got something coming up. You heard about the 23rd Psalm, right?
Yeah.
You know about that, don't you?
Oh, yes.
It's a good one.
Well, we're going to break it down completely and unequivocally right here on Tell It Like It Is.